Good evening, good evening, and good evening. I trust you are having a wonderful evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. And this evening, we will be talking about topic number 10 in the holistic spiritual recovery model titled, Are You Willing to Become Fat? Right? And the acronym for FAT stands for Faithful, Available, and Teachable. This is one of my favorite studies, right? And the reason why it's one of my favorite studies is I have learned with this study um, to determine where are my clients in their relational functioning because you are either stuck or you are not stuck, or you are either problem focused or solution focused, right? A person who is problem focused has decreased hope. They are stuck in the problem and they spend most of their time focusing all their energies on the problem. You're constantly thinking about the problem and you're constantly thinking how you was disrespected, you was verbally annihilated, you felt dehumanized, you felt that your opinion wasn't validated and the person, your partner, have not heard you. It's hard to be solution focused if you're stuck in the problems or you're stuck in past issues. So this text, Proverbs 11:25, basically speaks to the understanding that there is a need to overcome issues in your life. And the issues of life, once again, is found in four perspectives: spiritual, physical, psychological, and social functioning, right? So there are strongholds in family of origin experiences or past relational experiences that's being played out in the present. For whatever reasons, the client has not been able to reframe their past experiences in a positive light. And as a result, their present function is impacted by these family of origin or past relational experiences. So in the present, they have strongholds in the four areas of life. As I stated in early videos, I currently work for a child protective agency in the Eastern District of the United States, and having to go into many homes throughout these years, I have a great understanding of the health and welfare of the atmosphere inside a home. You see, when there are strongholds in these four areas of life, it is depicted not only in the atmosphere in the home, but in the organization of the home, because there's a tendency to have hoarder mentalities where you are collecting objects from the past or just collecting objects and it's not organized. There's a fear of throwing things away, whether it be clothing, whether it be mail, whether it be your household belongings, and you accumulate it. And there's a fear of throwing these objects away, and it tends to cause um, problems in your relational functioning because you're unable to conquer these issues. We were not called to have life issues have dominion over us. We are called to have dominion over life issues. But unbeknownst to many people, they are harboring past issues or relational conflicts in their present day functioning. And when you bring these issues to their light, they get defensive, they get argumentative, and they are saying, why are you judging me? But the truth of the matter, they have not dealt with these issues. And as a result, these issues are taking control over their lives. Just look at the ways um, folks carry themselves, right? How they attire themselves, how they manage themselves inside a home, how they keep their cars, the inside of their cars clean. It all depicts on having a healthy sphere of influence of how you are living your life today based on overcoming past issues so there can be hope in the future. Relationships are like a volcano. There are small volcanoes that eventually will erupt to a major volcano, and that major volcano can lead to separation, divorce, or conflicts in a relationship, which may or may not um, be healthy in the sustainability of the relationship. So once again, this title of this study we will do this evening is called Are You Willing to Become Fat? And the object lesson is Awakening Your Conscious. And a lot of folks, their consciousness is seared. Their consciousness is asleep because they are governed by their emotions. And when the emotions govern the consciousness, it's really going to be difficult to engage in healthy, decision-oriented behaviors where you're seeking to edify the person and bring harmony in the relationship. So the central text of this study is Proverbs 11:25, and this is taken from the King James Version. The liberal soul shall be fat. Now, what's magnificent about this first part of this text, liberal means to be freed. Freed of what? You're freed of any strongholds in the four areas of your life. It's going to be extremely difficult to be faithful to the relationship, faithful to having a sustainable vision if you have strongholds in your life and you allowing your strongholds to reign supreme of you. You cannot engage in solution-focused behaviors if you're stuck and you keep making excuses for your behaviors. You say to yourself, well, this is who I am. I cannot change. Those issues are like a cancer and eventually is going to be detrimental in the relationship. So a liberal soul shall be fat. This is a person who has conquered or is in the process of conquering their strongholds. They are moving from a vacationer, you remember this from the previous studies, vacationer doing things at the last minute, prisoner, someone who's stuck in their ways. They're moving to being an explorer, operating in hot to wellness, humility, ownership, and transparency. They're taking responsibilities and accountabilities for their actions, and they're looking to bring harmony in their relationship. No more excuses for past behaviors. They are fully invested with changing their emotional expressions, heightening their level of differentiation, and living in change. Now, a liberal soul shall be made fat, right? And he that watereth shall be watered himself. In other words, when you bring peace to others, blessings come your way in peace. We are to treat others how we want to be treated. So if you want to live, you want others to treat you unselfishly, you have to treat them unselfishly. Be the solution to others' problems by living in a state of harmony, living in a state of tranquility, living in a state of being solution focused, engaging in solution focused activities. Everyone has a spark. Everyone has the capabilities of rising above adversity. Integrity is defined as what you do when the spotlight is not on you. Practicing what you desire others to do, you maintaining a healthy vertical relationship with God through Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit, and you living out rather the the dialogue, the positivity that you have received from above. This is wisdom. Wisdom comes from God. You are living out what he has lived, what he has given you to live in. So you can pour out in others what has been poured into you. Wisdom is from above. Knowledge is seeing value in the wisdom, and understanding is living out, practicing what you do. So this way you bring harmony wherever you go. You help others see that there is life beyond problems. There is in counseling, there's the 2-to-1 perspective that I encourage clients to do to move from problems to solution. In other words, if you want to spend 15 minutes on the problem, spend 30 minutes on the solution. Whoever brings up the topic of discussion has to also bring up and lead out in solutions for 30 minutes. Whatever time you use to focus on the issue of hand, you double it and focus on solution. So here's the central text once again, is Proverbs 11:25. The liberal soul shall be made fat. And of course, I have a separate study for the acronym of soul. So the liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered himself. So what I challenge my clients to do, right? Find a text in the Bible, and there's many, many texts for faithfulness. You can go to the concordance, which is like a dictionary in the back of your Bible, and it gives you the text for many words in the Bible. So you can find a text for faithful, right? I would challenge the client to discuss how this information or this text impacts you positively regarding your marital and or relational functioning. Pray for guidance to strengthen your marital and relational functioning. And how does that text give you knowledge of having hope to overcome the challenges, issues you have, so you can have positivity with overcoming this issue and to have improved relational functioning. A stands for available. Find the text that discusses availability, right? How does this information impact your marital and relational functioning? What does it mean to be available to your spouse, right? Or to yourself or to others? And can you be available unselfishly, right? And lastly, teachable. It is so important to have a teachable spirit. And having a teachable spirit is magnified by having a growth mindset, looking to learn something new every day. The more we learn, the more the brain fires off electricity to encourage growth, not only in the brain, but also it helps bring wealth and health in each and every organ and fibers of the body, because those synapses which fires off electrons impacts each and every aspect of their entire body. So I would tell the clients, find a text for discussing teachable or being taught. How does this text improve your marital and relational function? Pray for guidance and strength. To be teachable in all aspects of your life, so you can not only lead others into truth, but also to have a teachable spirit to be taught by others. And of course, there's a further text. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8-9. And Jesus says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." What Jesus is telling us, that there is a significant difference between his thoughts, his ways, which is magnified with a different atmosphere and a different place of where his home is. His home is heavenly. Our homes are earthly. And in other words, our home is fleshy. But our homes can be spiritual when we see the need to have uplifting thoughts, uplifting behaviors, more healthy emotions. So the atmosphere in the home is changed, and we have a genuine concern about each and every person that enters your home. Your home is called to be a small piece of heaven. And as you enter the home, your heart should be changed and charged, and you feel vibrant. It's so important to have healthy, organized homes, right? If the last person that enters the home from the workday enters comes to the home, you never know what his or her day may be. So all family members are challenged to keep your homes organized. Whoever's home first, keep the home organized, because it's only not beneficial for yourself, but it also shows that you are genuinely interested in others. You may have a hard day, but it's important to understand when you take your mind off of your issues and focus on the health and welfare of others, you'll find that you will experience less stress. So this study is extremely important with taking your mind off yourself, awaken your consciousness, understand the importance of considering what others are going through and the challenges they face each and every day, so you can help them to have peace and harmony, help them to relieve stress, help them to feel at ease. And when they enter their home, they feel peace, they feel charged, they feel comfortable, and they can leave the past issues behind, or they can leave the stresses of life outside. Now, I want to read a text from Ellen G. White. This is one of my favorite texts, and this is indicative of being fat by being liberated from every form of stronghold. This is what she says, and I'm reading from the Testimony for the Church, Volume 4, page 56. The pleasure of doing good to others imparts a glow to the feelings, which flashes through the nerves, quickens the circulation of the blood, and induces mental and physical health. In other words, when we are liberated for strongholds, we are fully invested with creating harmony and peace and tranquility, not only for self, but with others. And the more we lift up others, the aging process is slowed down and vitality is gained, and we are being sanctified from the inside out. In other words, diseases, calamities decrease because your immune system, the white blood cells, the red blood cells is heightened, because we are called naturally, biblically, holistically, to lead others into health and wealth in all aspects of their lives. When I was in school, I remember reading a book. It's called Anatomy of an Illness by Norman Cousins. He had terminal cancer, right? And by a change of his diet and watching old comedies like Abbott and Costello, The Three Stooges, he was able to cure himself from terminal cancer. He was cancer-free because he realized by the change of his diet and engaging in laughter, positivity, the brain increases the production of endorphins, right? Which actually changes and uplifts the body, and it fights any type of negative cells, negative of any type of disease or parasite to try to impede the body, and it helps you to lead to sustainable health. You ever wonder how pearls are made in clams? A piece of sand or a parasite enters a clam or an oyster, right? And the clam or oyster, their defensives surround the sand or parasites, and it hardens and it becomes a pearl. So any type of circumstance that we have, any type of stronghold that you're going through, have the capabilities of being reframed and it can be an object of ministry. It can be an object that leads you to sustaining change. It can lead you to be more than a conqueror, to be fat, to help you to develop a vision for your life that will help you increase in your marital and your relational functioning. I hope you enjoyed the fat study. Are you willing to become fat? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and remember this phrase, continue. I will continue to strive for perfection while settling for excellence. Have a great day. Enjoy your evening.